Jeff Bezos' insane proposal to Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have been rivals for over a decade. When it comes to space, both names always ring a bell because of their competition over who gets to bring closer to humanity the dream of going to space. To make this feasible, Elon has owned and managed SpaceX, while Jeff has gained similar momentum with Blue Origin. Bezos and Musk have been on the news headlines over the years because of this fierce competition. Sometimes they throw public digs at each other. Another interesting fact between the two distinguished men is that over the years they have traded places as the world's richest people. In the middle of this popularly known competition, it is surprising that something has brought the two minds to find a common ground. It has made people begin to wonder if finally the 15-year rivalry will come to an end, or perhaps this is a media stunt by either of the tech genius in order to gain momentum. There are a couple of conspiracy theories surrounding that, and we have plans to find an answer to your interest by the end of this video. Thank you for choosing to watch another one of our insightful videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you never miss any important updates from us. Today, you get to discover whether or not Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have found common ground to end their rivalry and their next plans for space. Today, we spice things up. Stay tuned till the end of this episode and get to see an interesting fact about Jeff Bezos and how a ludicrous action of his might turn him into public enemy number one. NASA and Artemis. NASA has a program up its sleeve called Artemis. Artemis is taken from the mythological Greek goddess of the moon, who is coincidentally the sister of Apollo. The Apollo program was the first impactful space mission. The Apollo program, also known as Project Apollo, was the third United States human spaceflight program carried out by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which succeeded in preparing and landing the first humans on the moon from 1968 to 1972. The project name is taken with the connotation of space missions and the possibility that one day humans will be able to colonize and explore space, and even the moon. To make this feasible, NASA has decided to launch a powerful space rocket. Best believe, guys, this is not a movie. NASA has designed a space launch system to make this feasible as soon as possible. The plans have been in development for over a decade, and its completion will give astronauts the right material and source to explore the solar system and contribute to the existing body of information. Who knows? We could definitely learn something new about space and even how to survive if we ever have to migrate. The initial plans by NASA were to make the first landing on the moon in 2028, but a disapproving statement by Mike Pence in 2019 made them change plans and begin a new goal to land on the moon by 2024. NASA had to adjust its plans to fit Mike Pence's 2024 deadline. This made them to invite the interest of private and external bodies to help create a safe landing system. Their space launch system was dependable, but the instability of the landing system was threatening. NASA decided to award grants to private bodies to make new designs for the landing system. Elon Musk's SpaceX and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin Federation were part of the companies that received grants from NASA. SpaceX got $9.4 million, while Blue Origin Federation received a value of $25.6 million. First flight on the space launch system will be Artemis 1 and will land the first woman and the first person of color on the moon. To ensure their success, the first flight will be equipped with a batch of new and advanced scientific and technical instruments to sustain their long presence and research on the moon. The contract with NASA. At the beginning of this video, we said that SpaceX and Blue Origin have found a reason to be in the same room. By now, you can deduce that the contract by NASA and the desire to gain the government's backing in their desire to explore space is the common ground. Before we move on to events that led to Bezos' ludicrous behavior, let's talk a little bit about the contract. These contracts were known to have been awarded under Next Space Tech for Exploration Partnership. They fall under Appendix N, which works for sustainable human landing systems and risk reduction. To put it simply, they were in charge of awarding contracts to companies who in turn will develop a lander design concept and risk reduction activity, the testing, design, and performance. Also, the companies will analyze the safety and security of the crew, accommodations, medical capabilities, and construction standards. If all works well, NASA from lunar orbit to the surface of the moon, as stated by the agency. Public enemy number one. So, now we know that the enthusiasm for space exploration was what put Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk in the same room. It is also the reason for the heightened rivalry. This could have been a simple video of another SpaceX versus Blue Origin rivalry, but Bezos had to prove that he had more tricks up his sleeves. What people are now naming one of his biggest mistakes was Bezos' reaction to NASA picking Elon over him. Bezos took to Twitter and began a media campaign criticizing Elon's Starship as a lunar lander and referring to it as what immense complexity and heightened risk look like. Basically, Bezos has put himself in a situation where people believe the billionaire is throwing a public tantrum. Elon defended his criticism by highlighting some of SpaceX's successful records. However, Bezos chose to move above that and write an open letter to NASA's administrator, Bill Nelson, late last month. In the letter, Bezos offered to cover $2 billion of NASA's expense in exchange for a contract to build a lunar lander to land astronauts on the moon. Amidst Bezos and Blue Origin's demands for a space on board, NASA had indicated that they will go to the moon with SpaceX alone. They have until October 12 to refute the lawsuit, and we know without a doubt this process will cause a delay in the Artemis program. We have come to the end of our video. What are your thoughts about the whole issue? Do you feel Bezos has a point in his argument, or is he acting out of his own selfish interest? I want to know what you think. I will be responding to all the perspectives in the comment section. Until then, see you later.